Hello, sixth grade Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to I guess this would be week number 3 at the Helena Middle School. I hope your first week and a half exceeded your expectations for what HMS is, what middle school is, what sixth grade is. I know for a lot of students coming into sixth grade can be very nerve-wracking. You go from being the top dog at your elementary school, being a fifth grader, to coming in being the youngest grade at a new school. You mix in with roughly 200, 170, 150 other students that are being pulled from every different direction from all different grade schools in Helena, in East Helena, in the outlying areas from different towns. And I hope you guys are enjoying the first week and a half. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Bob lessons and what Bob lessons are here at the Helena Middle School, what to expect with them. This is kind of a weekly thing that I put out. I believe your teachers show these usually Mondays during our short 15-minute advisor period. Hope you guys are enjoying sixth grade so far. I think you're going to find that our school is filled with lots of adults who want nothing more than to see you succeed and to see you be successful. I know the sixth grade staff is an outstanding group of teachers with lots of experience who are very good at what they do. They love kids. They love seeing kids grow. They love seeing kids evolve throughout the school year. They're going to help you go from that transition of fifth grade to sixth grade, and they're going to challenge you to grow academically, grow as young people, grow as 11, 12-year-olds, and it's going to be a great year. This year, and I'm going to explain more here in a minute about what Bob lessons are, what Bob lessons are all about. Every week I just want you to sit back, relax, give me your full attentiveness as I talk about things regarding how to be your best academically, how to be your best personally and socially, getting along with other people, handling interpersonal conflict with other people, and then we're going to dive a little bit into some career stuff later in the school year. So I want you guys to know that always open and available down here in the counseling center. There's 4 of us. I think on next week's Bob lesson I'm going to put our pictures on here. Didn't get a chance to get that done yet. And I'm going to get going explaining here a little bit more about what Bob lessons are all about. Hope you're ready to rock and roll week 3. Show up every day. Being Bob, being our best is what that stands for. And I'm going to explain all that here coming up. So without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling. Hope you guys all go out there and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School. All right, Bobcats, Mr. Flato back here, and this is a typical Bob lesson format, and this Bob lesson is going to be titled Welcome to HMS. On all these Bob lessons, we will talk about the universals of being Bob, being our best at all times at HMS. And to be Bob is to be safe, to be responsible, to be respectful, and to be a learner. All right, so Helena Middle School, we started this last year, and we have these Bob lessons that are podcasts that are approximately 10 minutes in length, and I'm going to cut them down and make sure they're 10 minutes or under this year. And the reason that I do this is because I believe your teachers like to show these in your advisors on Mondays, or sometimes later in the week, but I think a lot of times they put them out on Mondays depending on your advisor. And as you know, this is the first Monday, this is going to be probably shown on Tuesday or Wednesday, but next week will be our first Monday, and advisors are only 15 minutes on Mondays. So that's kind of what you can expect on Mondays. We're going to follow the format of the first month or so is going to be based around academics and how to be academically your best. The big portion in the middle is going to be based around personal and social development, being Bob, being our best self, how we interact with other people, how do we be our best, how do we navigate certain social situations, and talk a lot about being an 11 and 12-year-old and some of the changes that are going on in your life. And then towards the end, the last month or so, maybe 6 weeks, we're going to talk about some career stuff, because at the end of the day, that's what being here is all about, is building a foundation so that one day you can go out into the world and get a job and do something that is your sense of purpose. And I'm going to get into a whole lot of that later. So here's the deal. Every Monday I put these out, and these contain a lot of useful information that is helping you grow as a student, helping you grow as a young person, helping you grow as a preteen, helping you grow as a daughter, as a son, as a brother, as a sister, as a friend, helping you develop as a person. If you want to pay attention, there's so much good information that I'm going to share with you this year. I have so many times kids throughout the year come in and visit with me, and they say, Mr. Flato, I heard this on a Bob lesson, or I really learned that on a Bob lesson, and it was so nice. So I really recommend that you put everything down for 10 minutes every week and listen to these Bob lessons. I'm going to follow a certain weekly format. It's going to be a brief introduction. We're going to go over the universals. I'm going to give a title to the Bob lesson. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it. At the end, we usually have a Jelly Bean question of the week. If you get that question right, or you know what it is, you can come put it in the Bob box, and I'll show all this at another time. And then each week I do a drawing, and you can win jelly beans. You can always find these Bob lessons on YouTube by searching Mr. Flato. If you're absent on Monday, or if you would just like to rewatch an episode and go over it again. So I hope this gives you a little feel for what these Bob lessons are on Mondays, how to find them, what they're going to be about, so on and so forth. All right, with the start of a new school year, we also have a quote of the week. Probably forgot that part back there. But what will you do with this new school year? What will you do with this new opportunity of being a middle schooler now? You're no longer an elementary school student. You're going to find that the responsibility is more. You're going to find that the expectations of your teachers are higher, and that's all exciting stuff. And this is the quote of the week, and this quote of the week seemed fitting, and this quote of the week is, and suddenly you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings. And for all of us here at HMS, we hope that as sixth graders, your new beginning here is just that. It is magical. All right, let's get this year off to a great start, and let's start with the Jelly Bean question of the week, which I described in the intro. And this week's Jelly Bean question of the week is a riddle. Most of these are riddles. And the question is, what has one head, 1 foot, and 4 legs? If you think you know, come down to the counseling center. There's a table set up right when you come in the front door that says Bob Answers, and there's little slips of paper. Make sure you put your answer, your name on it, and make sure it's legible, and then tune in next week to see if you are a winner. All right, this one was pretty short. So this is what you can look forward to on Mondays. Hope your school year is off to a great start. Don't forget, there are many people here to help you, myself, counselors, principals, school nurse, obviously your teachers as well. So don't forget to advocate for yourself. Don't forget to find your voice if and when you need help throughout this school year. And as always, hope you guys go out and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.